Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Megan Nicholson and I'm a psychotherapist practicing out of Orange County, California. And today I thought I'd come on here and give you guys some self-care tips for the 2020 holiday season. I think it's no secret that our holidays this year look very different than any other year that we've had, especially with COVID-19 and just everything else that's going on in our world. And I think it's important now more than ever that we are truly taking care of ourselves, especially in this climate that we're in. So here are some self-care tips to help you navigate through the holiday season. The first one is just naming that this year is different than any other year that we've had before. You know, none of us have lived through a pandemic before. We've all been living in a state of prolonged stress this entire year. Many of us have been in the fight or flight mode in our limbic systems because of just the trauma that's going on around us, you know, with COVID-19. We've had political unrest, just everything that's gone on this year. And so really just allowing yourself the space to just recognize and acknowledge that this year is different than other years, I think that is so important. The second thing would be to allow yourself space for grief. I think all of us have been experiencing grief in one way or another, and that looks like grieving the life that we once knew prior to COVID, grieving the fact that a lot of us had to put plans and vacations and just many things on hold because of this virus and the numerous shutdowns and, you know, not being able to really get together with others as we were once able to. And a lot of us, unfortunately, are grieving the loss of loved ones from this virus that has just completely taken over life, our everyday life. So really just allowing yourself space for grief. The third thing would be to take time to reflect, rest, and recharge every day. This is so important. A lot of us are working from home, and you know, because we're at home, it might be easier to feel comfortable than it would be in an office setting because we can work in our pajamas or whatnot, and you know, we're just a lot more comfortable in the home environment. But I think that's why it's even more important that we're really taking time to reflect, rest, and get some self-care in, because just because we're all working from home, it doesn't mean that we can allow ourselves less time for rest. So this one is really important, that we're taking time to reflect, rest, and recharge every day. The fourth thing would be to maintain healthy habits, and whether that's eating healthy, getting good exercise in, making sure we're getting enough rest, enough sleep every night. That's really important, that we're also taking care of our physical health, especially during this time. The fifth thing would be to connect with others in new ways. This pandemic has made it a little bit harder for us to maintain our relationships with friends, maybe family members, significant others, especially if you're not living together. We have to be a little bit more creative about how we're connecting with one another. We need to be a little bit more proactive, whether it's like through Zoom, FaceTime, or other virtual platforms. It's really important that we are still allowing ourselves time and making sure that we are connecting with others, because connection to others is so, so important. And I think that's why this pandemic has made it hard for everyone, because, you know, a lot of us are in isolation and it's harder to maintain our connections and relationships with other people. So it's really important, especially during this holiday season, even if we can't get together with friends, loved ones, family members, we are still finding ways and making sure that we are connecting to others. The sixth thing would be to make sure that you're taking time to disconnect from your phone. With our smartphones, you know, it's very easy to look at the news and, you know, just on social media and different things. So it's really important that we're allowing ourselves breaks from it all too. And, you know, taking time to disconnect from our phones, social media, the news. We really need to allow ourselves rest from our phones as well. So that's important. And the last thing would be to really take time to nurture yourself, and whether that's, you know, reading a book, taking a bubble bath, going for a walk with your dog, watching your favorite show on Netflix, journaling, listening to soothing music. It's really important that we're taking time to nurture ourselves during this time, especially because we are, 10 months into this pandemic, and it's been hard for all of us. So really making sure that we are taking time to nurture ourselves. And with that being said, I hope you all are being safe, and I hope you all are healthy during this time. And just remember that we will get through this. This isn't going to last forever, and you don't have to do this alone. With that being said, happy holidays to you and your loved ones.